Okay, so here we go. The lesson this week is called Bullies, Wimps, and Batteries. And what you're watching right now is sort of the introduction. I'm going to do a little bit of a review and then try to connect it to the real world. And then, so this should be a short section, so I'm going to try to talk a little bit fast here. So, the review. What are the things you must know? One is that every atom has a little speck in the middle called a nucleus, and there are protons in there, so it has a positive charge. Around that is the electron blur. The electrons change places very fast, which makes us infer that they are moving very fast, and they are found at different distances in what we have come to call energy levels. Okay, so we have protons in the middle, electrons on the outside, and what holds the electrons, what keeps them from flying away, is the electromagnetic force of attraction. And that is a pull between protons and electrons. And there was a fourth thing. Oh, the electromagnetic force of attraction is on an electron is stronger if there are more protons, right? More positivity, more positive charge pulling them in, and if the distance is smaller, if they're closer together. You know, it's like gravity or magnetism. You can't notice it if they're really far away. So if the atom is smaller, if there are fewer energy levels, or if there are more protons, those are the two things that make it stronger. All right, so bottom line, some kinds of atoms pull on electrons harder than others. And you might be saying, so what? And going to sleep. And it matters. This is how the world around us works. This is what causes chemical reactions, which are basically the only interesting things that happen. Chemical reactions are everything. You know, whether it's somebody firing a bullet, puckering their lips, a leaf growing, making something. Everything is all about chemical reactions. Okay, batteries are an example. And I'll try to talk the third section. So there are going to be three sections: a review, a new learning, and then sort of an extra credit section. And that'll be about batteries. But if some kinds of atoms pull in electrons harder than others, the electrons move. And that's how a battery works. You have one kind of electrode in a battery we'll call the negative electrode, and that one attracts electrons harder than the positive electrode. Okay, so there are two things with a chemical in between that lets electrons move. So the electrons move from the positive one to the negative one. And now this one's got a surplus of electrons, a negative charge. This one has a deficit of electrons, so it's a positive charge, right? And that's a battery. Because if you connect a wire from here to here, there's going to be a flow of electrons, right? Because this is negative, the electrons are negative, it's sort of pushing them away. The electromagnetic force of repulsion. And then over here, it's got a positive charge, and so it's attracting the electrons. So the electrons will move through a wire. And if you put a light bulb or a horn or a toaster or anything in between, it can get powered by those moving electrons. Okay, what else? First time I found out about this, I bought this crummy old car. It had some rust holes in it. I was like, I can fix those. I'm going to take this metal that I found behind somebody's garage, and I'm going to pop rivet in place, and I'm going to smear some Bondo over it so it looks a little bit smooth. And the thing started to rust so fast, and they're like, what is going on? And this old guys are like, oh, it's a galvanic process. That's aluminum you put on top of there. You got aluminum and steel, you got galvanization going on, and of course it's going to rot. It's like, I'd never heard of anything like that. And so, then I thought, okay, what if you put a coating in between to insulate them? And then you pop rivet or bolt it or screw it through that, and of course the electrons just go, okay, it doesn't stop it, right? But when the world makes sense, life is a little bit richer, a little more fun. It's, not that I can really offer you that, but a little bit of insight. I know for some of you, this stuff down the road might help the world make sense. And okay, that's the review right there.